right, welcome to the Diplomats. I've got Keith and Josh here in continuing coverage of Nexus Season 9 main event. We've had a very exciting game. We were looking at AI versus RT versus EG. We weren't sure about anything other than the AI and the EG. We've got DBN names now. That's pretty cool. We can do things that they can't stop us from doing. If we need to do that, we can add a logo. But we're not going to have we got the logo on the top left. Keith did this logo. I thought it was a really good job. It's like a heart and an S that looks like smoke coming out of the cigar. Josh, you got to stick around a little bit to be part of the logo.
That's right.
But we've got all this stuff. We've got a really active commentary section here. We got to invite Bradley on soon because Bradley had so many good things to say about 1901. Love in Russia. Love in Austria. Before 1902 came out. The things we were going to be looking at, fellas, I think we agree, were Trieste, Serbia. What else were we looking at? Bulgaria. Sweden, Denmark. How's Germany going to reposition these armies? Got all these problems.
Holland, Armenia, minor.
Yeah, Armenia, Holland. So lots of things to look at. Without any further ado, Keith, can you do it?
Yep.
All right, we got it.
Here we go.
We're learning the software here, the DBN software. It might be too much to ask Keith to do the Periscope. Can you do the Periscope?
Yeah.
Look at Belgium. Widen it up. Widen that bad boy up. All right. So we had an attempted convoy. All right. So, okay. Keith, what do you see, first of all, as you look at this board? Take the east or west or whatever strikes your fancy.
I'll stick with the west. All arrows point towards France. They did do the convoy that we were talking about to Belgium, and looks like that all bounces, fortunately, for France. He does prioritize Picardy over Burgundy like we thought he should, and that will slow the EG down at least a season or so. Unfortunately, England is in the channel. Looks like what is Sweden doing?
I think Sweden has like a joke order in. If I
click the O.
Is a convoy?
Convoy, Denmark. We can't convoy anything, but convoys.
Exactly.
Denmark to Norway. It's a hold, basically.
I feel like the biggest move here is what Norway's doing. Norway moving out. That's great.
It looks like there's R with EG right now, and so they're seeing that Russia is necessary to hold the AI back, and they're not going to mess with Tim for the short term.
I'm wondering if this is a response to the strong AI signals. EG is wisely realizing that Russia is needed, and they must have worked something out. I mean, this is amazing for Tim. I know we were worried. We were calling it a car crash. But this is, I think, wow, this couldn't have gone better. I know there's a German army in Silesia, but maybe that's coordinated. Maybe that army's moving down.
Yeah, they needed a little bit of help to make sure that Russia gets in the Galicia soon.
We were talking about what can help against an AI, and we said, I think, Keith, you said the German armies, and that may be what that is.
Yep, usually Bohemia, but anything touching Galicia is
and I think he prioritized supporting himself into Ruhr just to delay a turn, get into Bohemia maybe.
Well, I mean, if he's in Silesia, he should be fine. Usually Silesia's not as good for Russia. Russia doesn't like it, but at this point, I think Tim's going to take whatever he can get. I figured Tim had to make himself useful to either the EG or the AI. He needed somebody, and fortunately, he did find a way into one of these alliances.
Yeah, let's talk about the East in general, right? The thing is, I think we talked about Sev going to black, almost being invited there in this situation, which is really good for Russia. good for the RT. Also, despite Turkey losing, Bulgaria has a place to retreat because Turkey takes Aegean. And I note what I find to be odd that Armenia holds.
I'm wondering if he just wants to have a army adjacent to Syria.
I was thinking they might want to convoy
it to like over
Bulgaria, maybe.
maybe back to Bulgaria.
Yeah.
I
Of course,
really
it
like
could do that.
Turkey.
It could do that from Ankara.
Could, but I wouldn't want it in Ankara at all. I'd want it still to be able to be back in the back. I don't know. I don't like covering my build centers.
It also could still be a hedge for Turkey. I mean, I gotta imagine he feels confident that Russia is on side, but being in Armenia still gives him a little bit more leverage in case he's not feeling great going to fall.
Yeah, I definitely like that he gave him a retreat to a retreat space. So that was actually very good tactics by Turkey here.
It was good tactics by Turkey. I think it was good tactics by France. For what they are. I kind of want to. I kind of want to try and do some new things here, and I don't think I'm doing anything untoward. But if I take the map off for a second, Grayson in the finals only chat says, "How is Trieste Serbia ever happening on a finals board?"
So we talked about that as to cover Romania going.
It is to cover Romania, but on the other hand, he's, Austria is out of position. Austria doesn't go to Vienna.
I think we almost talked about it as like not a joke, but like something that Philip could pitch, and that we said, well, Austria's not probably going to be okay with that, and then it ended up happening.
If he doesn't do it though, and they get into Bulgaria, they take it right back. Serbia gives them the option to actually hold on to this game.
The other we're going to go back to it, but the other comment I want to just highlight here is Greg got involved. For sure, Germany is there as a favor to Russia. It's been super friendly against the northern countries so far. Somebody will probably take advantage eventually, but this isn't that time. Let them hard it up, Keith, and reap the benefits of this of extremely passive borders.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I really like the everyone takes their dot in Scandinavia and just leaves. It's really nice.
It's unusual, but can be productive. Of course, I'm not sure if I'm Germany or Russia. I love it, but I get it, and it's really it's a little unusual. We got to see what
has much choice, but I think Russia loves it because right now the alternative is losing the entire north.
Yeah, I was gonna say Russia had the most to lose going into this turn, so I think they're the biggest winners here. I think it's probably smart of EG to get Russia on side because those units can be helpful against the AI. But I mean, if you're Tim here, I mean, Norway's most likely going to be open unless they arrange a bounce. Gives Tim some options in the fall.
It's not a difficult pivot for Germany and England to come right back at Russia.
No.
So they get a benefit of a pullback. The fleet can get in position. Both fleets can get in position, right? I mean, I can see Norwegian going to North Atlantic, but I could also see it sort of, which might be that will stop Rob and force the Med. So that's good for Cedric. But getting back to Norway, back to Sweden is not difficult.
Right. I think it depends on how aggressive Cedric wants to be here. I mean, agreeing to a bounce in Norway would be the safer play, but it's going to be much slower. And you guys, I think, alluded to that Cedric liking the pace of play. So I'm curious what he'll want to do for the fall.
I mean, St. Petersburg vacated. Denmark tried to vacate. Norway vacated. Surprised Sweden didn't move here.
Well, Denmark. I mean, that's a big ask of Russia to just vacate.
Not really. I'm like, if they don't do it, then you just take it off of them later. So,
I mean, what would you have, if you're the EG, what would you have been pitching to Russia here? Move it back to Bothnia?
Probably.
Well, I pitched
Or-
Finland.
Or Finland is what I did.
Even better.
Finland's not a huge ask because they could take Sweden from you anyways. And if they sneak into St. Petersburg, you just kick them right out because you have 2 on it. I mean, they're not going to vacate north and let France get the position. It's just not going to happen.
I mean, you got to have 2 vacating things for Russia here, right? Norway's got to go, and Denmark. I'm not blaming Tim for staying. I think this is good play for Tim to stay.
If
But
anything,
I think this is promising, though. I wouldn't be surprised if there is more of a demilitarization of Scandinavia here.
yeah. So if anything, it's a credit to his diplomacy if he was able to negotiate this in good faith. So
I guess what Bradley's saying here, and I know we talked about this, and I really wanted to because we did talk about it, and then Bradley had a totally different take on it, which I think is a legitimate take about Italians getting great position. Italy's going to pick up Tunis here, right? Like, no question. Now Italy's in Serbia. Yeah, I mean, Austria's flat, right? Gets Bulgaria, loses Serbia. I mean, you're giving Italy a lot of power in the AI here.
I mean, I would just do Vienna to Trieste here and take the loan back if he's keeping Serbia. That makes the most sense to me because you're losing Galicia regardless. That is not staying. Germany's going to put him in there, so you might as well rotate those builds.
You're reading my mind. That is the very next question I have.
Are you negotiating? Are you negotiating that though, or are you just taking it? I mean, I feel like you got. I mean, you have a good relationship. You probably want to negotiate it, right?
I mean, what's Italy going to do with 2 builds? They're going to build 2 fleets. They don't need it from France. They're going to build an army, and I'd rather have Austria have the army build. It's already on the line
in Vienna.
Yeah,
in Vienna.
You can free it up. Yeah,
I mean, Trieste is what, 1 season closer, or the same as Tyrolia. You might as well give that to your ally. Be like, hey, Serbia was necessary to cover. Take Trieste behind me. We can't. I mean, Galicia is not possible to take, not with 4 units on it.
That's a good point.
Well, that's what it's leading me to. I think that Austria is okay if Austria is in Trieste in the fall. If Austria is not in Trieste in the fall.
Yeah.
If they're not, it's a big throw. It's just dots for later.
Well, this leads me to my next question, which is, do you think Philip is like, hey, I'll go back to Trieste and you get into Serbia?
Is that
here? Would Italy rather be in Serbia or Trieste? I think.
Is that an efficient use of units, though? I mean, I feel like you're just wasting moves just to arrange that, right?
Yeah, but the argument is that you're only in Serbia to cover in case Romania goes to Serbia.
Right.
Well, now it's necessary to hold Bulgaria because they opened for retreat and Sev went to black. So Serbia's got to stay. I mean, Phil, these 2 are really tight. They knew what they were doing in the Paris method. They know what they're doing now. This is very high trust. And I don't see Italy stabbing Austria here. They have too many enemies right now. It's just, I don't see it happening.
What need of St. Petersburg to go to Moscow, really, other than to make
Cedric happy?
Yeah.
Make them happy.
Yep.
I mean, it's a big trust exercise. If St. Petersburg goes to Moscow, Norway goes to Norwegian, the ER have no problems after this. And if something happens, Cedric has dealer's choice if he wants to save a Russia or Germany here.
So when we were discussing builds, we didn't know it was a full-on, because we didn't know Cedric's builds yet. And we didn't really realize it was full-on EG yet.
No, we did. We had the builds.
No, but I'm saying when we were predicting the builds. So the fact that Tim ended up with 2 armies was likely negotiated, and maybe even negotiated the fact that St. Pete moves down. But we weren't really thinking about that because we didn't know the build at the time. So I'm wondering how much of this was negotiated prior to winter.
How much do you feel beholden to your negotiations on builds? Like, you do the builds that you agree, but then what do you do afterwards? Like, how much of a stab is that? I view it as a stab, but not the same as other stabs.
It depends what's arranged. I mean, like if St. Pete goes to Norway here, I mean, obviously it doesn't make sense because like clearly they have mutual interest to work together. But I guess it just depends on what your intentions are.
Okay. Keith, can you pull up the current map? All right, here we go. I'm counting 4 on Bulgaria, theoretically. Romania
Yeah.
can get cut, Aegean can get, but I think it can be held, right?
It can be held.
1, 2.
Well, maybe not.
I think it can.
Yeah, but it can be held.
Yeah.
Everything can be tapped down. If Romania and Aegean can be cut, then all they need is Serbia holds Bulgaria.
What about Aegean to Bulgaria's south coast? That means Romania can be tapped. Okay, but Aegean couldn't be in that instance. So.
But if Greece is holding Bulgaria, then Aegean's not cutting anything then.
Right. Okay.
And if they're moving it, then there's a good chance that they could pop Aegean.
Is there any chance? What do you think Turkey should do here? Take Sev? Any chance of that happening?
It'd have to be arranged.
I don't see Tim agreeing to that.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise they're going down 1.
I would probably try to dislodge east and blow it up.
So Armenia to Syria.
Yep.
And maybe that could be why he held Armenia in the spring. Maybe he intended to do that.
It might be an attempt at Italy to actually try the convoy.
It doesn't seem likely that East will get blown up, right? Doesn't Ionian just hold it?
Well, it depends if they want to take Tunis or not, right?
Fair point. I think Italy would.
Because I feel like East is the tapper for Aegean to ensure that Bulgaria stays.
Right.
So I'd want to blow it up, or at least force it back to Ionian.
Well, is that an argument? What do you think should take Tunis, the fleet or the army?
I mean, the fleet does you retreat, but the army makes more sense.
Yeah, army. You want to stay in Ionian.
That kind of slows down AI quite a bit, even with a disband, right?
Mm-hmm. Having to send it back to start.
Oh, maybe Tunis doesn't get taken here, fellas. Maybe Tunis does not get taken, and Philip stays in Serbia.
I was gonna say, if you're Philip, well, then what happens with Try? Is Philip gonna build in that instance? Because I feel like that's a huge element.
Builds a fleet.
I mean, I'm with Keith. Like, I think the army,
they need army.
Yeah, the Austrian army would help them significantly more. I mean, those German armies. We're under the assumption that Silesia army is coming down, right?
But obviously, France isn't coming for Italy. They don't need any more fleets.
Exactly.
Really.
Exactly.
They
have got a lot of armies coming down. You got a lot of German and Russian armies that are going to be surrounding Austria.
I mean, I think there's what does Munich do? Does Munich support Silesia to Bohemia, or just let Silesia to go Bohemia with 1 and then messes with Burgundy?
I think it's just going to walk in. Yeah, I could see Munich being used for Burgundy or something. I mean, they have.
I think the EG keeps pressuring France here, and I think Silesia is just on loan to Russia, probably just to get him in the glacier right now.
Oh, you think Silesia is going to support Warsaw and not move down to Bohemia?
It might move down to Bohemia. It just depends on what Russia needs its other armies for.
What else could it be other than Romania supporting Bulgaria, which make it cut? Seems to me that Ukraine or Warsaw just. My guess is Warsaw to Galicia, supported by Ukraine.
If you're doing that, are you putting Moscow into Warsaw just in case Germany does anything crazy?
It's really tough. Are you worried about Germany doing something crazy, or worried about Turkey doing something crazy?
Exactly, because it has a basketball's open.
If I'm Germany, I'd rather support Russia into Galicia than move to Bohemia and start doing that.
What do you think about Ukraine to Galicia and Moscow to Sev?
Oh, with Warsaw support?
Yeah.
That's actually... Oh, and Moscow to Sev.
Yeah. It's not awful,
It's not,
but
yeah, it's not terrible. It's safer.
I mean, it's a paranoid moveset, but
Yeah, it ensures he can't lose Sever or so. It's
I
not
mean,
terrible.
Ukraine's so nice to have, but at the same time,
Knowing Tim, I feel like he won't do that, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I get
He's
the
in,
feeling Tim's under a lot of pressure here, right? Like in my
He's in-
mind, Cedric and Darcy are going to want to do certain things. He's going to have to do. Turkey's going to want him to do certain things. Italy, I mean, he could be theoretically in an air, right? You know, like there's a lot of pressure on Russia. They're going to be trying to sway him.
the nice thing is he's in a pretty good position here. Like I don't think he has a whole lot he can lose. I mean, Norway moving out was huge.
if I'm Russia, I really don't care if Turkey's going down to one anyway. Like he can do some things to save Turkey, but then he's risking Romania at that point, and I don't think that's worth it.
and
You
I
don't
mean,
think
like,
Moscow to Sev just cover it anyways?
Yeah, I definitely do.
yeah, but like Russia has done nothing wrong to Turkey, and so if Turkey's dying in the end, he's going to help his friend who hasn't done anything wrong to him.
You never know. Turkey might invite him to convoy to Ankara.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. I mean, yeah. If I'm Tim's it's crazy how we're talking about his position at the end of fall versus now, and it's just completely turned around.
Yeah, I'm very happy for him.
Should Tim give into an air, saying he's giving too much power to the EG right now?
Oh, I don't think so. I think
I don't think so either, by the way. But
I think at this point Turkey might invite him into centers. If so, he can be a savior. He's got too much going on, I think.
I think Tim has the luxury of being able to play it safe without having to piss anybody off. He can still
all
help.
Turkey's got to worry about is a disband. That's it. But
And
other than that,
not doing anything.
I tend to think in an FGR or an EGR, which you don't see that many times, although I've done them to 11, 11, 11 multiple times. But I think I would hate to be Germany in them. Right?
So, if you're playing Germany, you got to play the popular one. If not, you'll probably be the one that's cut out just because of pure functionality. But if they like you better, then you might be able to be lucky with. Unfortunately, I think that power is with Cedric because he's got the fleets. So
we should talk about what Cedric does here.
Should only be one army power in the end.
Does Cedric? My initial order set was put 2 in Mid-Atlantic, force Spain to. Well, I don't know. I guess Brest is open in that case, right? France has got to be worried about holding Burgundy and covering Brest.
There's a lot of guesses for France.
I think I do a convoy to Picardy from Denmark, and then have it supported by Belgium, and then try to force Burgundy. You're going to get one or the other.
Do you think Germany would be comfortable doing that?
Well, they tried to convoy to Belgium not that long ago.
What was did he try to come? Was it to Belgium? Okay. But you were saying convoy to Picardy.
Convoy to Picardy. Or you can move the English fleet further, but there's no real reason now. Because Paris can either hold Burgundy or they can support Burgundy to Picardy. But either Picardy or Burgundy are lost if you convoy that army in. Granted, you don't have to convoy the army at all. You can just move Belgium in, but it's not as secure.
So Rob's basically got like a couple guesses here. Support hold Burgundy or cover Picardy. Support hold Mayo, cover Brest. Are those are the big ones? Am I missing anything?
I'm guessing Spain supports Mid-Atlantic, Gascony to Brest.
Sorry.
I'm laughing at the banner. I think Keith missed it.
I'm a simple man.
I like it.
I'm not looking at the screen. This one's so much bigger.
I mean, look, we see this a lot, right? Where Cedric's giving us commentary about, yeah, he's a pace player and he likes big pace, but he loves position. He loves it. For him, the position gives him options. So this idea of Picardy makes a lot of sense because You're right. I mean, you can't cover Picardy, protect Burgundy, and protect Brest.
That's something David Miller told me. He's like, most people teach you position in the spring, dots in the fall. And he's like, position in the spring, position in the fall, position all the time. It doesn't matter if you get dots or not. Just get position. It's like the dots will come.
Does Norwegian go to North Atlantic? I think it does.
I think it does, yes.
Josh?
Probably. That more like if I'm Cedric, knowing Cedric, yeah, it probably does. I'm trying to put myself in the mind of Tim here. You don't move to Norway. I don't think you're in a good position in terms of alliance structure.
The last thing you want is two alliances attacking you.
Yeah, exactly. He's been there before.
For some reason, Italy breaks, then maybe different. But yeah.
Like, do you try to do any? I'm just trying to think of hedges. Like, maybe Denmark's not convoying somewhere. Do you try to do a hedge, or from an EG standpoint, where Denmark just tells Russia, "Hey, I'm moving to Sweden." So, like, worst case scenario, I know Cedric would be the one going down, but at least like Russia's losing Sweden.
I think the point is that if they convoy Denmark out, and then Kiel goes to Denmark, then those two units can bounce forever. I mean, those two fleets aren't useful right now except to keep each other honest. Or they can bounce to Denmark, it doesn't matter.
So for this turn, though, do you think Kiel holds? Or do you think this turn it goes to Denmark, Sweden to Denmark?
I would think so. That's what I would feel comfortable with. I think that's a great arrangement for both Germany and England and Russia.
Sorry, and then Denmark's going where?
Hopefully to Picardy.
So if you're Germany, I mean, like, I don't know why I don't love that position. Like, I just feel like I
just want
the army further away from my. Yeah, I don't know.
I want that army out of Denmark as soon as possible.
That's true. It is not a great.
And if it's in Picardy, it's next to 3 dots.
I mean, look, Rob could go Paris or Burgundy to Picardy, but let's say for the purposes of this exercise, well, hold on, is that right? Well, it could move 1 to Picardy. Mid-Atlantic could cut English Channel if you're willing to risk that. If you're willing to risk Brest, you can put 2 on Burgundy in that case. I mean, then the question is, will Cedric, who always talks about folds and thinking a fold ahead, just go right into Brest? And is Rob the kind of player who wouldn't cover Brest? I don't know. He didn't cover Burgundy this time.
Can you go one turn before I want to see Spring again? So they tried convoying Denmark into Belgium. Do you think they were trying to push that through into Burgundy then? The following turn? Because I imagine Cedric wants to maintain Belgium, right? Like if it succeeded.
Yeah.
Probably have guessed incorrect.
Well, if he gets into Picardy, that almost would guarantee
they'd have 4 on
Brest.
Oh, you're saying would have?
I don't think it does, but
no, it wouldn't have guaranteed it because Gascony could support Paris. I think there'd be some guessing.
Right? I guess we got 3 on it. Yeah,
I think it'd be to push 4. I guess the reason why I brought it up is because to me, if I'm Germany, this feels a lot more comfortable. These spring moves because I'm in Belgium. Absolutely worst case scenario, if something goes crazy, like you're still there. If you're convoying yourself to Picardy for the next year, I just feel like you're a little out of position. It's a good position to be in for an EG. It's just I feel like I don't know. He's a little out of position if there were some rearrangements occurring.
He's going to be consistently out of position. I think this year he has to really. I think shuffling back to Kiel is a perfect thing to do. I think once he gets Denmark out, Picardy's a little bit too far forward, but it's still not bad. I mean, he's going to get Burgundy.
It's a good move for the EG.
If he makes it through the end of next year, he should be fine.
Yeah.
I almost think Cedric has to go to North Atlantic. Here's what I'm thinking about, which is if I'm Germany, where's my 6th dot? It doesn't really appear obvious to me. Usually Sweden is your 6th dot. Usually Belgium is your 7th dot. I mean, but Cedric doesn't want to give up Belgium, and Cedric's 6th dot in this current configuration is not St. Petersburg. It has to be Brest. We keep talking about things. Yeah, it's good for the EG, but this is a pretty slow EG. But on the other hand, if it's an EGRT, pretty amazing, right?
Well, another thing in terms of
Might be Vienna.
what dots are coming next, if they're aligned with Russia, that means, okay, they're not taking Sweden, they're not taking St. Pete, which means the only growth they have is off of France, which we know is going to be slow. And maybe they are aware of that and are fine with having this slow grind, but it might be a little bit before one of them gets a build here.
Well, I guess my next question is if it is an EGRT, if it is, then what is the harm with Philip getting the fleet to Tunis because they got to join power with France and maybe even an army in Venice?
I was going to say moving the army up.
If he gets a build, he has to build in Venice. Yeah, there's no need for the fleets, I don't think.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he doesn't if he gets 2 builds, then he can build an army in Venice. But if he only gets 1, Apulia can go to Venice, and then it can help with the defense.
Like, what's Apulia really doing? Like, especially if Ionia goes to Tunis, like that army's just sitting there. So yeah, I that's a good point.
Which is why I'm starting to think that East won't get blown up. East might just move back to Ionian. Naples to Tunis. These are all things that might happen.
I mean, if he's moving Ionian to Tunis, he has a retreat there anyways.
I would much rather make them blow it up instead of look for a build. I was like, if I'm going to move it back to Ionian, I might as well just rebuild it in Naples.
That's what you're saying.
Like, there's no reason to move it back if they're just going to give it back to you as a build.
If like, what are they saying to themselves? Okay, because right now I'm sure it's all vibes and we're going to do well, but the France progress is slow. I think you're right that Picardy Burgundy is probably it, but the easier dots are AI for Germany right now.
Yeah. That's what I would prioritize. Trying to get to Vienna is my next dot is Germany, which is
so maybe the things I was talking about earlier, like when I was Germany, I don't think I'd want to go to Galicia. Like if I thought about it more, I'm like, maybe it definitely goes to Bohemia.
Definitely goes to Bohemia.
Maybe it definitely goes there.
Yeah, it just makes the most sense.
Once Burgundy falls, Munich's available to hit Tyrolia.
Yeah,
you just have to get into Burgundy first.
Nobody really has easy dots in this game right now, right? Nobody except for Philip, who got this because he had to. But
outside of stabs,
the stab in Scandinavia is real easy. Those are the easy dots.
Well, not now, even though.
Depends.
I don't think we'll see an O2 stab. I'm just wondering how people progress. They're going to want to be thinking about that. You know that, Josh.
Yeah. I'm with you, though. I think the more I think about it, the more I think Cedric's moving to Neo, just knowing his pace of play.
Yes.
And they need like the more progress they can make on France, the better. And that's going to make a huge difference. France only has 2 fleets.
And as much as I like to drag armies around, I know Cedric likes to keep pressure. So he's going to want to make sure that North Atlantic doesn't bounce. So he's going to want to put 2 on Mid-Atlantic to make sure that if France tries to get cocky and stop his progression, that he gets punished for it. So I would imagine he'd put 2 on it, even though I'd like to see that convoy in Picardy. I think that would give him a better position.
So if he does put 2 on Mayo, what's the alternative? Because I know we mentioned the Denmark to Picardy.
I still think Denmark to Picardy is great with Belgium support. It makes sense.
You can support IRC. Norwegian supports Norwegian and North Atlantic.
True, that might be what he does. IRC supports Norwegian and North Atlantic. Makes sense. Can't be stopped.
This is the one time it can't be stopped. Well, maybe not the one time, but yeah.
The biggest problem is
I feel like that'd be crazy for France to move to Neo here. Would be nuts.
Well, if France moves to Brest here and Spain moves to Mid-Atlantic,
that's exactly what's going to happen. I fully think France
so?
goes. That's what I think. I think France goes Mid-Atlantic to Brest, Spain to Mid-Atlantic.
Are we going predictions? I'm feeling a support hold. Mayo.
I would support Holt so much, especially against Cedric, who likes to put constant pressure. He does not like
losing Mayo here is just brutal. I mean, he can still cover. He can still cover Brest with, Paris or Gascony. Like he didn't have to cover it with Mayo. Like I feel like you just cannot lose Mayo here. Like, even if you're going to probably lose the next turn, like you just cannot lose that as France.
Yeah, I think it's awful. Like, I think France might think that since they convoyed once, they'll try to convoy again, and they'll have a way to slide in. It might be a feint by Cedric to ensure that Mid-Atlantic falls, that this isn't as slow as it needs to be.
Oh, I mean, what do you want to lose? Do you want to lose Burgundy or Picardy?
Not Mid-Atlantic. That's
I was gonna say. No matter what, not that.
I would risk Mid-Atlantic. I mean, of all the options, I'd rather lose Mid-Atlantic than Picardy or Burgundy.
I mean, you still okay. So he can risk Brest. He can support hold Mid-Atlantic.
I just don't think Cedric's going to Mid-Atlantic. I just don't.
He can support hold Burgundy with 3, and he can risk. He's going to have to risk Picardy and Brest. He's got guesses. I mean.
I would risk Picardy over anything, especially if Italy's on board. One fleet from Italy can keep 3 dots in Iberia and Marseille. Totally locked down for a long time. It was like Paris and Brest with this kind of assault are going to go down eventually.
My prediction is Rob support holds Mayo and Burgundy. He guesses correctly by support holding Mayo, meaning Cedric puts 2 on it, and he guesses incorrectly with Picardy, meaning EG goes for Picardy, not Burgundy. So he gets one of the 2 guesses right. That's my prediction.
I think he keeps Picardy and Burgundy by Mid-Atlantic, either staying open or cutting English Channel.
That's true. We didn't talk about cutting the English Channel. So many options for Rob.
I mean, if Channel convoys, it doesn't matter if it's cut.
Right, but if it's supporting Belgium into Picardy, I think. Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's got a convoy, right? So maybe he covers. Yeah, I'll go back to covers Brest
with
Mid-Atlantic to Brest,
with
Spain to Mid-Atlantic.
I would Spain supports Mid-Atlantic, Gascony to Brest. Paris supports Bergen. Well,
is that what you would do, or your prediction?
This is what I would do.
Okay. We all got three different.
Maybe Burgundy to Picardy with Paris support.
I thought about that too.
Retreat to Marseille.
That's not bad.
No, it's not great.
I actually like that. I like that. Like I said, I think that EG is going to go for Picardy and Mayo, and I think Rob's going to get one of the 2 right.
I've been avoiding the East here because it's a little messy. I agree that's what Turkey should do, but I'm more interested in what AI do here. Do you go with my theory that the fleet goes to Tunis, or?
I think we need to figure out what happens with Bulgaria first.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And then we'll know what's free to do other things.
I think Philip's going to pitch. He needs to stay in Serbia. To me, the biggest question is Richard willing to say, hey, I need to try. Give me that build in Vienna. That's to me the biggest question of the East.
Here's my thought, which is Russia's got a problem. Russia has 3 on Romania. Russia cannot lose Romania.
Russia has 3 on Romania itself, yeah.
Well, that's assuming Ukraine's being used to.
Yeah, which means that puts Galicia at risk unless Silesia is supporting Warsaw to Galicia.
That's what I would assume.
That puts Bulgaria at risk, right? Because you really, I mean, it's not at risk, but I mean, I guess you don't go for Bulgaria here to protect.
I was gonna say, are you just assuming Bulgaria's lost?
Bulgaria's lost.
Yeah.
So do you double support it? Do you double support Romania?
I would double support Romania for sure.
Yeah. Well, okay.
When
So
when Sev moves down, then you'll have enough. And then if Germany puts you in Galicia, you'll have 5 on it, and you can.
Well,
do
we
it.
just said 10 minutes ago, 100% Silesia goes to Bohemia for Germany's 6th dot. So now we got Silesia supporting Warsaw to Galicia.
I think it has to.
It has to do which one?
I think it has to support Russia. I think it's there for Russia.
Is that a good move?
You don't want Austria and Galicia.
Don't want Austria and Galicia.
And then once you dislodge it, it can jump into Silesia. Then you have that whole Leonardo situation where do I collapse my position? You don't want that.
If Austria
is too important to both of them.
If Austria's in Galicia, what's the order set? Like how's
Austria's in Galicia?
Yeah. No, if Austria gets into Galicia, what is his order set? Like, is he supporting Vienna there with Budapest?
I don't know. You take a gamble, right? Probably Vienna.
Okay.
Galicia is my guess, because what are you going to do otherwise?
But if he's doing that, then he's not. Then this whole try arrangement's not happening. So
it might be worthwhile to go to Bohemia and Galicia and just tap it.
I mean, yeah,
because that keeps Austria pinned down.
Right. I mean, I
feel like if they get a build, if they have nowhere to build.
Maybe you do each. Yeah, just Silesia, Bohemia, Warsaw to Galicia. One makes it through. Exactly. Don't think Budapest. Well, Budapest could support Vienna to Galicia here.
Right. That's how Austria gets in. But if that happens, Austria is not getting a build.
Right.
Because he's assuming he's losing Serbia. I think we all agree that Serbia's staying. But Philip's going to tell him, hey, we're support holding Bulgaria. Right. Like, so I don't know. I mean, you could make an argument either way. I think the higher upside move is Silesia to Bohemia, Warsaw to Galicia. You could get both. If you don't do that, you're only getting one.
You could get both
because even technically.
If Austria goes back to Trieste here, then
right,
that's massive. Yeah, if Austria could
move Trieste, walking in on the position.
And if you're Philip, you're probably telling Richard that, hey, we don't want that, right?
All right, so I think Sweden to Denmark, Moscow to Sevastopol, Ukraine and blacks support hold Romania, Warsaw to Galicia.
So at the very beginning of this episode, we said, oh, Tim could play it like really safe and like, make sure like Warsaw supports Ukraine to Galicia, but we forgot that Ukraine needs to support hold Romania, or doesn't need to, but probably does. So that's off the table. So he does technically risk, but I feel like the odds of Silesia moving to Warsaw here are so low. Right.
It's low.
Very low. I mean, especially because Galicia could bounce. It could be a stab for nothing. Like, so I think you're right. I think those are the moves. What you just said.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one-dotter. The other thing could be Sweden or St. Petersburg, but that Norwegian fleet makes that impossible.
Right.
If I'm Austria and I'm not attacking Romania here, I mean,
either Galicia or you do the try arrangement. It's like I feel like those are the only two options.
I feel like Budapest has to tap Romania, doesn't it?
Well, not if you're. Yeah, I guess to protect Bulgaria.
Protect your Bulgaria.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, I think they can just walk into Bohemia and Galicia.
Because you think Austria will take Trieste.
Yeah, I mean, even if it bounces one of them, they won't be able to do it again.
Right. I like that you're getting into one of them. I like that. You're making progress.
I feel like if I'm Philip and I'm like, if you're going to Trieste, I got to go to Venice. I gotta go there.
Apulia needs to go to Venice anyways. I mean, what's it going to do? Convoy to Albania? Like, that's not useful.
Well, it can convoy to Tunis, but we started off saying definitely convoy, but now I think you guys are falling into the
I'm with you.
Just Ionian to Tunis move.
I like, yeah. The more we thought about it.
Yeah. Apulia has to go to Venice because next year Munich's coming down most likely.
Well, I asked this question because what does Italy build? I'm not sure if Apulia goes to Venice, that takes away an army Venice.
Army Rome.
Well, do they need a fleet? Because you got Aegean and Eastern. I don't think they need a fleet.
They don't need a fleet. There's only 2 Turkish fleets. They got 3 amongst the AI.
The options are Albania and Venice, and so if you go to Albania, I don't know if it's super useful. If you go to Venice, you have to build around, or you can build in Naples, and hopefully it convoys around. I don't know.
The thing is, it doesn't really have anywhere good to convoy to. That's not like anti-Austrian.
I have a
Well,
question for
The
you.
problem is if Turkey disbands Armenia, then you might have an option to convoy a little bit easier.
Man, it's gonna be tough. Focus on Turkey with Germany coming down.
With Germany coming down, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
You don't want to convoy to Turkey.
No,
Like, we'll leave them alone.
no.
I have a question. I'm starting to like this idea that is my unifying theory of what's happening. If Bulgaria is lost and you're not even attempting for Bulgaria, and you want to attack Eastern Med, there's a blow up potential, but maybe not because of this Ionian to Tunis thing. What about a Sevcon swap? What about Black going to Khan, Armenia going to Sev, gets the Russian fleet pointed against AI? Germany disbands Sev because there's going to have it be a disband coming.
Can they do it safely without like risking a stab?
I don't know, but I think that would work.
I wouldn't do a Sevcon swap because I want 2 to hold Romania here. I might do it next year.
Point. I forgot.
Next year when Moscow's in Sevastopol, well, that's going to be a problem because then you can't swap if it's in Sevastopol.
Would you gamble it?
I mean, in that circumstance, Turkey's still disbanding one, right?
Yeah, but disband Sev.
Yeah.
And Russia would theoretically get Khan even if they lose Romania.
Yeah, I think Keith's right. I mean, the problem with that is that you're risking Romania. Like that, he needs those units to support hold it. I'm just assuming he's going to want to support hold it.
I mean, if you're really thinking, it's like to move Black into Khan, you would have to try to take Bulgaria because if Khan taps Bulgaria, then Romania is partially safe unless Bulgaria is the mover. So you can hold it with 2. But the thing is, if you're tapping with Khan, then Black has nowhere to go.
Yeah, it has to make it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Black can go to Ankara, and then Armenia can go to Sev, but I don't know if that
I'm not doing that.
This is kind
that
of
would be horrible.
I'm going to put this percent chance in maybe less than 2%.
Well, we seen Tim go for Khan before. What it doesn't.
Yeah,
but I.
One day,
maybe Austria puts him in Khan. Who knows?
That's true. We haven't talked about the air. Like we're just dismissing an air possibility.
That's my next thing, which is like, is it possible just to see something like Rum to Ankh? Like presumably R and T are going to have all the orders, and you're going to know what everyone's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And if Tim knows everything and believes it, there could be a good stab. Or you could see Bulgaria to Khan, Rum to Bulgaria. Black supports Bulgaria to Khan. There's options for the air here.
So
especially if Turkey's trying to blow up east. If Armenia is going down, then Ankara is going to be wide open.
Last episode, we mentioned that Philip is going to be talking. He's going to be in Tim's ear, and I mean, based on these moves, like nothing. Tim hasn't done anything to say he's not going to air.
He can go either way.
He's moved his armies down. I mean, it's possible. I mean,
and build fleet in St. Petersburg. Leave it open because we know
Sweden and Norway. Build St. Petersburg. Build.
It's funny because we didn't talk about. We've been talking for a while. And we haven't even mentioned that as a possibility. And now that you mentioned it, now I'm starting to think about it.
Philip's pitching it big time. Bigly. Would you do it? I might do it if I was Russia. The air thing might make some sense.
You'd get 2 builds.
So what would
Assuming
this build?
Denmark's not
It also
tapped.
gets you a giant target.
Where are the 2 builds coming from?
Norway
Ankara,
or Bulgaria.
or Bulgaria. I'd rather have Ankara. More than likely, they're holding Bulgaria, so you can just do Ukraine or Romania to bounce out Budapest. That's going to tap.
Ed, you said you would do it, or at least you consider it.
I would consider it because, I mean, but the thing is that what would Russia be on 8? I mean, it's a pretty big target. Like it's a weak 8 that neither AI or EG is going to want to sustain. I mean, you have to believe Philip and Austria that they're not.
So okay, so right now, I mean, we don't know if he's aligned, if Tim is aligned with AI or not yet. There's a chance he has no enemies right now. There is a chance.
I have a feeling Tim's press is lit up from everybody.
Oh yeah.
Right now.
But let's just, I mean, like
he's
if it's EGRT, he'd be stabbing 3 of those members. You know, so it depends how tight he is with AI, I guess.
You could also pick one or the other. I mean, if he stabs Turkey here, it's not.
Yeah, so stab Turkey, but keep EG on the side. Although
at this point, I don't feel like Tim's in an alliance with Turkey. It's an alliance of necessity.
Right. I mean, if Tim does stab Turkey, I can't imagine EG is happy about that. It's not like a hard stab, but I'm sure they're pushing him not to do that.
Right.
I mean, look, if Tim paid attention to Jordan was slow and steady growth. If that's what he pitched.
I just feel like if Germany's already there to help you, then I would want that slow growth with Germany. And like, sure, give me that extra army. That's going to break Austria faster than anything.
Okay. Prediction time. We're gonna press this forward. Is Cedric in North Atlantic? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. One way or the other.
Is anyone in Brest?
No.
France.
Picardy or Burgundy falls to who's in Picardy?
EG, I don't know who though.
I'd still like to see Germany and Picardy. I think that's a good play.
For Germany or for
the alliance. You gotta bang those alliance drums at least till 04, right, Josh?
Darcy's an alliance player.
You don't want to be there, Darcy. I'd rather be in Denmark than Picardy, to be honest with you.
Keel's going to
all right. Who will be in Burgundy?
France.
I think France keeps it all.
You think he guesses everything right?
I think he guesses everything right. I think France still owns. Well, I don't think anyone will be in Picardy, and I think he'll be in Burgundy.
I don't think he can keep both.
Who's in Trieste? Who is in Trieste?
Nobody.
I'm hoping Austria gets it back, just because building on the line makes more sense than building in Rome.
Who is in? What unit is in Tunis? Since we all agree Tunis will be taken. I think
So Ed,
I think Italy will keep Trieste and Serbia. By the way.
Yeah, I agree with keeping Serbia. So you convinced me. I think taking Tunis with the fleet is better, but I'm going to predict he takes it with the convoy, with the army.
Keith?
I wouldn't take it.
Don't take it at all?
Nope. I'd move Apulia to Venice, try to pressure. If that Turkish fleet gets in the Ionian, like, you'd have to pull completely back. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to save it as a pocket build. If I move,
you're saying support hold Eastern,
or push Aegean.
Trying to pop Aegean. You got to get Aegean.
Aegean would be a forced disband. That would be his disband.
Well, either way, you're saying forego it for now. Apulia to Venice, build a fleet.
I think Vienna to Trieste build Vienna.
Sorry, Keith, did you predict? So would you predict Trieste that Vienna moves down?
I would move Vienna down.
Okay, so Italy.
Then you'd have Vienna, Venice, and Trieste as armies.
No. If I'm this is crack. If I'm Italy and I'm hearing Austria's going to Trieste, I'm taking Tunis. Otherwise, I'm like, hey, I'll move to Venice with the army. I'll try and pop a G in here. You support Bulgaria. Fine. I'll build a fleet, which France needs, and I'll get Tunis next time. And you can have Trieste next year.
Screw France. I'm worried about Tyrolia.
I am with you, Ed. If Austria says I'm taking Tri, then I'm taking Tunis. I want to build.
You don't think that's right, Keith? Okay, regardless of how the mechanics work out, Italy does not want to lose Trieste if he's foregoing Tunis, right?
I think you want that build. Let's put it this way. Tunis is a potential build for the AI. If he foregoes Tunis, that's one less build for the AI. So I'm with you. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think Keith's on board. Okay, we'll put you as Trieste, and Italy gets nothing. Russia.
I think the position's more important.
Russia, air or EGRT?
EGRT.
EGRT.
I agree, EGRT, but that's, I think we're all saying what we would do if we were us. But do we have a different idea if we were Tim? Josh, you know him best.
I would not be surprised if he is weighing every single option. Like you said, the press is probably rampant right now. I have a theory that whole Germany opening was that Russia and Germany have this like really good secret alliance going on right now. So I'm going to stick with EGRT because I think that Russia's tight with Germany.
Who's in Sev?
Russia.
Yeah, Russia.
Russia. Or it doesn't have to be anyone, but
I think
Russia's
got to be safe.
Still
Why
occupied.
Why not?
Do Romania and Bulgaria stay with their current owners? I say yes. Is Eastern Med popped?
It does if he snaps Tunis. They lose all their position if they move to Tunis. If not, they have a stranded army.
All the more reason that Italy keeps Trieste. Keith. All the more.
What? We're building Rome? That just gives Germany position.
Does Kiel move to anywhere other than Denmark?
No. There's no reason to.
There's nowhere for it to go, right? Like if it's an EG, like you don't need to go to Holland, Baltics. I'm with you.
Denmark.
Which player would you want to be on the board right now?
Man, it's crazy. Like we were loving Italy's position, and it's not even like it's gotten that much worse. It's just I did not see the EGR coming at all, and now I don't love his position quite as much.
I'd want to play Russia because it's my favorite power, and I think he has the most options of alliances.
I do like the Russian position a lot. I mean, Cedric's position has not gotten worse.
I'd easily take England. I take least stress, most upside.
I agree.
Russia's got too much stress for too much. Like you got to manage your own stress here. I think England is the position I'd want.
Put it this way: you gave England an A triple plus smiley face exclamation point, and the spring was just as good. Like, why not England here?
All right, gentlemen, we've come to the end of our recording. Thank you so much.